Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. I'm your anchor, Name, and this is your evening news recap. Tonight, we're bringing you the latest updates from a volatile Middle East, where tensions between the US and Iran have reached a boiling point. The Ukraine-Russia conflict continues to escalate, and the world is holding its breath as the situation unfolds. We'll take you through the key developments, from failed peace talks to the devastating impact of the conflict on innocent civilians. Let's get started. After a tense and extended round of talks in Pakistan, the prospects for a breakthrough in the long-standing Middle East crisis have taken a significant turn. The latest developments in the ongoing crisis between the US and Iran have taken a significant turn for the worse, with the two nations failing to reach a deal after marathon peace talks in Pakistan. The US delegation left Islamabad without a breakthrough, and both countries have blamed each other for the failure to find common ground. Iranian Deputy Speaker J.D. Vance stated that the Strait of Hormuz is completely under Tehran's control, emphasizing the significance of the region for global shipping and energy supplies. U.S. officials, on the other hand, claim that Iran's inability to find and clear mines from the Strait of Hormuz is a major obstacle to reaching a deal. The U.S. delegation had been pushing for Iran to take steps to ensure safe passage for shipping through the region, a key concern for the international community. Iranian Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said that the U.S. delegation failed to gain the trust of the Iranian delegation, citing previous experiences of war as a major factor in the mistrust. The failure to reach a deal has significant implications for global stability and the Middle East peace process. The U.S.-Israel war on Iran has already led to tensions with regional powers, and the lack of progress in Pakistan has raised concerns about the potential for further escalation. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Sultan of Oman have urged all parties to avoid further escalation, emphasizing the importance of maintaining the ceasefire in the region. As tensions continue to escalate in the conflict-ridden region, a disturbing pattern of ceasefire breaches has emerged from the front lines of the Ukraine-Russia war. A 32-hour ceasefire agreement over Orthodox Easter between Russia and Ukraine has been marred by repeated violations. The ceasefire began at 4 p.m. Moscow time on Saturday and is set to end at midnight on Sunday. However, both sides have accused each other of repeatedly breaching the truce. According to Ukrainian authorities, Russia has violated the ceasefire 2,299 times, including a drone strike on an ambulance that injured 3 paramedics in Sumy Oblast. The ambulance was one of 1,700 drone strikes in total, claimed by the Ukrainian military. Russian officials, on the other hand, have accused Ukrainian drone strikes that injured 5 people. The Russian Defense Ministry claims to have recorded 1,971 ceasefire violations by Ukrainian forces, including drone strikes on Russia's Kursk and Belgorod regions. The violations come as Ukraine and Russia agreed to a truce for Easter, following a similar proposal by Ukraine last year. The agreement was seen as a rare moment of calm in the ongoing conflict between the two nations. However, the repeated breaches of the truce have raised concerns about the sincerity of both sides. The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, did not comment on the violations in his overnight video address, but urged Putin to continue the ceasefire agreement after the end of Orthodox Easter. Zelensky's statement has been interpreted as a warning to Putin that a return to violence would be seen as a sign of Russia's true intentions. As tensions escalate in the Middle East, the U.S. military is being redeployed to Iran, diverting attention from Asia and a critical summit. President Donald Trump's highly anticipated summit with Chinese leader Xi Jinping has been delayed, and experts are warning that the U.S. is losing focus on its strategic interests in Asia. The delay, which was initially expected to take place in June, has been attributed to the ongoing Iran conflict, which has diverted U.S. military assets from the Asia-Pacific region. The Iran War, which began in 2018, has seen the U.S. and its allies take a tough stance on Iran's nuclear and missile programs. However, this effort has come at the cost of U.S. military presence in Asia, where China is seeking to expand its influence. The Asia-Pacific region is crucial to U.S. national interests, as it is home to major economic powers, including Japan, South Korea, and Australia. The U.S. and China have been locked in a trade war, with economic interests on the line. Trump's summit with Xi Jinping is seen as a critical moment in this conflict, with the U.S. seeking to negotiate a trade deal with China. However, with the U.S. military distracted by the Iran conflict, many experts believe that the U.S. is losing its edge in the region. This is precisely the wrong time for the United States to turn away and be sucked into another intractable Middle East conflict, said Danny Russell, a distinguished fellow at the Asia Society Policy Institute. As the conflict in the Middle East enters its 44th day, the world is watching with bated breath to see how it will unfold further. Good evening. I'm your name, and this is Al Jazeera English's news recap. Today, we're looking at the latest developments in the ongoing US-Iran conflict. On Sunday, the United States and Iran failed to reach an agreement to end their war permanently, despite 21 hours of talks in Islamabad, Pakistan. The U.S. and Iranian delegations met under the auspices of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, with the U.S. being led by Vice President J.D. Vance. According to reports, the U.S. delegation expressed frustration with the talks, saying they had not reached an agreement. Vice President Vance stated that the lack of a deal would be bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. This statement suggests that the U.S. is confident in its military advantage, but also acknowledges the human toll of the conflict on Iran. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar has pledged to continue facilitating peace talks between the two countries, despite the failure of the latest round of negotiations. The Pakistani government has long been an important player in regional diplomacy, and its continued engagement is seen as crucial to bringing an end to the conflict. The conflict between the U.S. and Iran has resulted in thousands of deaths, mostly in Iran, and has sent global oil and gas prices soaring. The war has also had significant implications for regional stability, with the U.S. and Iran's rival allies, Saudi Arabia and Russia, increasingly involved in the conflict. As the humanitarian crisis deepens in the Middle East, Iran is now recounting the devastating toll of recent U.S.-Israeli attacks on its civilians. According to the head of Iran's emergency department, Jafar Mayadfar, more than 2,000 children have been wounded in U.S.-Israeli attacks on the country. This staggering number includes 124 children under the age of 5 and 24 under the age of 2. Additionally, approximately 5,000 women were injured in the attacks, which have been concentrated in several provinces, including Tehran, Khuzestan, Lorestan, Isfahan, Kermanshah, and Ilam. The attacks, which are believed to have been carried out by the U.S. and Israel, have raised concerns about the safety and security of civilians, particularly children and women, in Iran. Jafar Mayadfar's statement highlights the severity of the situation and the need for increased attention to be paid to the welfare of those affected. The attacks are part of a broader conflict between Iran and the U.S. and Israel, which have been engaged in a series of proxy wars and diplomatic tensions in the region. The Iranian government has accused the U.S. and Israel of carrying out these attacks, while the U.S. and Israel have denied any involvement. This incident matters because it underscores the devastating impact of the conflict on civilians, particularly children and women. It also highlights the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, as well as increased accountability for those responsible for these attacks. The international community must take note of this situation and work towards a peaceful resolution to the conflict in the region. That's all for today's news recap. Thank you for watching. We'll continue to bring you updates on the ongoing crises in the Middle East, Ukraine, and Iran. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest news and analysis. Follow us on social media for breaking news and behind-the-scenes insights. Stay informed, stay vigilant. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates. Good night, and we'll see you then.